This lens makes my hands look really long. Like, look at that. Wow, that's so cool. Like, wow. It's like a fisheye effect almost. What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Ashley, aka Pretty Hippie, and I'm back with another video. If you are new to this channel, welcome. I am so glad to have you here. You might as well go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I'll wait. And if you are a returning subscriber, what's up fam? How y'all doing? Check in, let me know what's up. So guys, in today's video, we're going to be doing a Q&A with the hipster, with the hippie. You know, I asked you guys to ask me some questions across my Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook accounts. And you all came up with some really great questions, so I'm really excited to answer them for you all today. So yeah, let's get started. Okay guys, so I'm just going to be using my phone to look at the questions, so here we go. First question is, how are you doing adjusting to being a mom of two? I'm doing okay. I'm tired, but that's to be expected. I am loving being a mom of two. However, I'm just tired, you know, just getting used to the new routine, you know, having to wake up and do two things instead of one, cater to two little people instead of one is a big adjustment for me. But I'm doing great adjusting. Like I'm loving it so far. Next question is, what are your favorite videos to make? My favorite videos to make are fun vlog videos. I like, you know, editing and putting little vlogs together. I like making hair videos. I mean, I just like whatever my creativity sparks. My favorite part about making videos is enhancing my quality in every single video. As you guys can see, my background is a little different. I have my tapestry lights here, but I'm using a 14mm lens with a purple light right in front of me and a purple light above me, and also my ring light. I know that sounds really techy, but I just like making videos period because it allows me to express my creativity through quality and like camera stuff. Like I love cameras, I love lenses, and I will spend money on a camera and a lens and a heartbeat. Like that's something that I don't even think twice about purchasing. So yeah, I hope I answered your question. Hair care routine and makeup video. Okay, that's not a question. I'm guessing you're asking me to make those things, but sure, I'll make a hair care routine video. But makeup routines make me cringe because I don't apply my makeup like the makeup gurus. I know like a lot of people say they like my makeup and whatnot, but the process to get it on is like, it's not like, you know, all that, you know, it's like I be using the same brush for like 3 different things, and to me that's cringy. I'm just saying. Do you interlock your locks or just retwist? Do you use gel? So I retwist my locks. I do not interlock. I've never interlocked before. I only retwist the roots, and I do use gel. I use a flaxseed gel that I make myself. I'll link it in the card so you guys can see. This lens makes my hands look really long. Like, look at that. Wow, that's so cool. Like, wow. It's like a fisheye effect almost. It's my first time using this lens, guys, don't mind me, but I'm just looking at my hands in the lens and it's like, okay, whatever, back to the video. When will your store be back up and running? Child, I wish I could tell you. I wish I knew. I don't know. I can't answer that question right now because I mean, I'll have these moments where I'm like, yeah, let's do it. Let's get it back up. Let's go. And then I'm like, nah, it's probably not a good time right now. I'm real like indecisive with that, only because it took so much time for me. I was doing everything myself, and I had a plethora of orders to fill on a daily basis, and I was like, y'all need some help. But you know, like you in that stage where you got so many orders to fulfill, but you don't really have enough money to pay people to help you just yet. That's where I was with it. But I don't know when I'm going to reopen. I'm sorry, I can't answer that right now. Next question is, do you regret the lock size that you started with now? No, I don't. Like, I still love the size of my locks. I feel like they fit my face. I thought they were gonna be a little bigger, but they're not as big as I thought they were. But that's just because my hair is not like super thick. No, I'm just kidding. My hair is not that thick, so I don't know what I was thinking, and I don't know why I was thinking that my locks would be like super thick. But overall, I'm pleased with the size. You know, I don't have any regrets, no, because if I did, me being me, I would just cut them off and just start over, honestly. So, hair loss postpartum. So I'm guessing you're asking me, how is the postpartum shedding? But I just did a video on that. I'll link that in the cards as well to answer that question for you. Moving right along, where do you get your piercing jewelry from? I get this question like 25, 30, 35, 40 times a day. No lie. No lie. I get my jewelry from a local shop here in Birmingham. And the sad thing is, y'all, if I was an affiliate marketer for these pieces of jewelry I have in my nose, I would be rich. I would be swimming in the dough. You know what I'm saying? Because so many people ask me where I get my nose jewelry from. But unfortunately, it is a nose ring that's custom fit to my nose, and you can't get it shipped. I'm gonna say that one more time. I wish that I could, you know, tell you where to get it from, but you have to be local to my area to get it. So it is 2 piercings. I have one here and one here, and this one is like a little curve thing, and this one is just like a regular ball. So it has to be custom fit to your nose, and they do not ship these, so I am so sorry. I cannot tell y'all where to get them from. Because next question, did you put in your own hair sprinkles? Yes, I did. I did put them in, and I was going to reinstall them after I cut the ends of my locks, but they're so time consuming. Like I stated before, I just never got back to doing it. I did like maybe 2 or 3, and I was like, nah girl, I got something else to do. What do you use to moisturize your locks, and how often do you do this? Like I stated in my last video, my postpartum video, I use grapeseed oil now. Like, grapeseed oil is my go-to. It's just been my staple oil for a while now. I just noticed that it locks in and seals in that moisture really nicely. And it's like the type of moisture where you can actually feel it the next day. Like, cause my hair drinks up oil. So I put oil in my hair and then it'll be gone like that within a few hours. With grapeseed oil, you might be able to wake up and still feel the oil in your hair, you know what I'm saying? So I've been using grapeseed oil, organic, all natural. Of course, you wanna make sure that's legit, but yeah, grapeseed oil, that's it. Next question. Where are you from, and how long have you had your locks? I'm from Birmingham, Alabama, if you can't tell by the country accent. I know now that I pointed it out, you may be able to tell. But I'm from Birmingham, Alabama, and I started my locks 3 years ago. It'll be 4 years in August, so almost 4 years now. Making progress here. Are lock sprinkles worth a try? Absolutely. I loved my lock sprinkles. Like, I really want to go back and put them in now, because I got so many compliments when I was wearing them, but I just don't have time, or I can't seem to find the time to just sit down and do them right now. So I might do them eventually, but I just don't know when. Next question. How is your newborn baby doing? Oh, he is doing great. He is doing just fine. He's so big and squishy and cuddly and soft, and just, you could just eat him up. I could just eat him up. He's great. How many tattoos do you have? And when was the first one inked on you? Oh, I don't know how many tattoos I have. Okay, let's see.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
I'd say 12. 12 altogether, I think. I'm gonna do a video on all about my tats and my piercings and all that stuff too. And the first one that was inked on me was one on my stomach that's no longer existent because of my 2 big boys. But that's okay, we ain't gonna talk about it. We're gonna save that for another video, okay? I would have never got tatted on my stomach if I had known that I was gonna have an 8-pound 11 ounce and an 11-pound 14 ounce. I should have known better. But I did it. I wasn't thinking. I was young. I was 17 and I snuck and got it. You know, my mom didn't know about it. But the thing is, I never asked her if I could get a tattoo because I knew she would say no. So what I did was I just went and got it, you know, and it just popped up later. Like, and I was like, I never asked you. You never said I could get a tattoo, you know. Smart. Take notes. What do you use on your edges? I have a video on that too, but I'll link it in the cards. I'll link it in the cards for you. But I started using Joey My Gel on my edges as well. This says, hello, no question, just sending love and light. Greatly, greatly appreciated. Thank you. I'm sending it right back to you. Next question. Do you want more kids? If that emoji was a real person, that's my answer. I'm traumatized, sis. Traumatized. Do I want more kids? I'm cold. I'm still cold right now. Like, yeah, if you haven't seen my pregnancy video, my baby was 11 pounds 14 ounces and I had to get a C-section unexpectedly, and I'm terrified of the knife. So thinking about having another baby is just like, nah girl, I got something else to do. Like, how fitting is that? Like, how fitting is that for like everything? Yeah. Next question, let's see. I have been interested on stretching my ears. Do you have any advice about what size I should start with? I would say start with the smallest size because I'm really impatient. So I started with the smallest size like they recommended, which I think was like a 16, a little bitty 16. I didn't like it, and I went to another tattoo shop that took me from a 16 to I want to say a 6, and it was a big difference and it hurt really bad. But then I kept going and I went like super fast. So I blew out my ear trying to go from a 2 gauge to a 0. So I would say just take your time, you know, like wait till your ear completely heals before stretching. I'm at a 0 now, and I think I'm going to stop here. I don't think I'm gonna go any bigger because I like this size a lot, and I said this was gonna be my end goal. They say when you start stretching you're not gonna be able to stop, but I like my 0s. So start with the smallest size, go up very slow, let your ear heal in between stretching. I'll make another video on that too as well. I actually have a video on stretching somewhere on this channel, but I need to like get up on my content game, y'all, because when I was pregnant I kind of fell off, but I have so many videos to record, but that's coming soon. Next question. Your thoughts on combing out the ends on locks to get a curly look? I'm considering it. I love the curly look. I'm not even gonna knock it, okay? Not even gonna knock it. I think you should go for it because that look is like amazing. I would do it, but I just don't want to have to take care of like natural hair and locks. So no, but I love that look, and my hair is like curly, so I know it would be like super cute, but like I said, I just too much time consumed for me and the mom life, you know, just can't do it. Do you have any tips on how to thicken your edges with locks? My take on this is use edge control. Edge control is like a really thick, greasy substance, you know, that has like moisturizers and conditioners in them normally. So if you take your edges out of the lock and comb them, you're not pulling your edges back, you know, because your edges are kind of out of the way and they're swooped, you know. So like kind of just swoop your edges and like pull your hair back. And doing this, I've noticed that my edges don't pull when I do styles, and I've been able to keep my edges pretty thick and maintain them while having locks. So don't pull your edges back, and don't wear like super tight hairstyles either. that could cause thinning edges. And that's another reason why I'm just like, I want to go to a loctician and get one of those really cute styles, like really bad, but like they look like they hurt, and I'm just not here for it, because when I put my hair in a ponytail, I be pulling my locks down like this all day, because it's too much. That's it. Next question says, new subby, what's your sign? Oh, thanks for being a new subscriber. Welcome to the channel. My sun sign is Gemini and my moon sign is Leo, but my Western astrology sign is Cancer. So Cancer, Gemini, Leo, all that in one. What do you recommend for those who feel lost with just starting their spiritual journey? A feeling of being lost is you starting your spiritual journey. You know, when you get to a place where you're like, I'm lost, I need to find myself, I need to find out and rediscover me, that's actually you being on your spiritual journey, if that makes sense. So I would just say, keep doing your research, keep digging, and keep exploring you. That's what a spiritual journey is all about, like finding out who you are, finding out what your purpose is, finding out your path, your walk, everything, what you're designed to do. So I would just say, like, just connect with yourself more, meditate, and just kind of get in the groove of being comfortable with exploring who you are. I hope that helps. I love spirituality. What are some tips on staying consistent with two toddlers? Because eek. I would say, I mean, you just have to find a routine. Like for me, being consistent on YouTube, I have a routine where when my husband's off work, that's my day to record, okay? I'm getting in the studio on this day, recording, and I'm editing on these days so I can get the video out on this day. So you just have to find a system that works for you. If it's just you by yourself, like, just reach out for help. You know, it's okay. I'm learning that it's okay just to reach out for help every now and then. If you need someone to come and sit in your home while you record, just kind of work out something and, you know, just do it. Like, you just gotta come up with a schedule and just go for it and stay consistent. I want to know, is MacBook Air good for editing? I read and saw on YouTube the MacBook Pro is one of the best for editing, but I'm on a budget. I believe you can still edit on a MacBook Air, but if you're gonna use like software like Final Cut Pro, Adobe Photoshop, Lightroom, all that stuff, like maybe for your thumbnails and all of that, I would suggest the Pro. I know the Pros get kind of up there, but you can do a payment plan on them as well. You're gonna need something like with a really good processor, but I think you still can use the MacBook Air. I don't know, I would just research that. I use a MacBook Pro personally, and it's like really fast, like lightning speed when I'm editing. So I would just kind of do some research in YouTube, like which MacBook is best for editing YouTube videos, and kind of compare. Like, it's a lot of tech videos on YouTube and I watch them all the time. But yeah, just do that. Just go and like search that. Next question. 3 important things we all need to know to have a successful channel. Number 1, stay consistent. Consistency is gonna be your best friend when starting a YouTube channel, because if you don't stay consistent, your subscribers won't be consistent, your views won't be consistent, and it's just, I mean, you gotta stay consistent. Number 2 is quality videos. People love to see quality, people love aesthetic, so make sure that your videos are top notch when it comes to quality. Number 3, just be entertaining, you know, have a personality that people can relate to, you know. That's it. Those are my 3 tips. Next question. How do I plan and choose content? So when I have an idea, I just like jot it down in my phone, in my notes. Like, I have like a list full of videos that I want to record. Like, if I'm just out and about and I'm thinking like, oh, this would be a good YouTube video, I'll just write it in my notes, because if I don't, then I'll forget and I'll be like, what was that video that I said I was gonna record? Dang. But I just write it in my notes, and you know, I just kind of pick and choose what I feel like recording for that week, and that's that. How to keep an audience attention. I find that I'm more drawn to making short videos when I start, or does it depend on the topics? How to keep an audience attention is just be entertaining, be exciting, be yourself. You know, like people who watch your videos, if you just get on here and like just, you know, be yourself. Like just, I mean, that's really the only way I know how to explain that. Next question, how to break down long videos. I don't really break down long videos. Like if I have a long video, I just put that video out. If I have a short video, I put that out. Like, I don't know, I just kind of go with the flow of the video, and if the video was long and I feel like I want to put it out, I put it out. If the video is short, I put it out. Because guess what? People always want to hear what you got to say. Always remember that. That's confidence. Confidence is key. Yes, I know sign language. I bet you didn't know that. Guys, last but not least, I don't know how long I've been talking on this video, but this is the last question, and I saved this one for last because I love it. How long have you and Tevin been together, and what is it like being married to Tevin? He seems really fun in your videos. So me and Tevin have been together for 10 years. I met him when I was 20. We're about to be 30. So really in September of this year, it will be 10 years. So it's 9 years, but it'll be 10 years this year in September. And we've been married for 5 years. This year, it will be 6 years. Wow, time is flying. Jeez. But anyway, what it's like being married to Tiffany is really, really fun. Like, he's such a goofball. Like, literally, we don't take anything serious. Like, if we get in an argument, which we get in arguments because he is stubborn, and I hope you see this because you're stubborn. Typically, we laugh it off, you know. We don't really hold grudges in the house. I mean, it's rare that we fight. We do bicker. We bicker a lot. Like, we be like, you know, like the little, you know, I got a little attitude problem too. I ain't gonna sit there and blame everything on him, because my attitude be like, sometimes like, I be stank. But the thing about it is, we just kind of laugh it off. No, we're just fun. You know, he's fun, I'm fun, we're fun. He jokes a lot. He jokes a lot, and he always laughs at my jokes, which makes me feel special. And you notice, like, when I started talking about him, I got really soft and like, he has an effect on me. To answer your question, being married to Tevin is very fun. It's very exciting. Every day is a new day with us. Every day is a new adventure. We go explore the world together, and it's just never ending, you know? Now we have 2 beautiful boys together. So what more can I ask for? But anyway, guys, I hope this video wasn't too long, and I hope I answered all of your questions. Let me know in the comments what other videos you would like to see from me, because I do this, okay? I do this every week. I do it. I does it. It's done. Yeah. Leave your video suggestions in the comments below. I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here before this video be like 2 hours long, because ain't nobody got time for that, okay? So guys, that's pretty much it for this video. If you like this video, give it a big thumbs up, and if you like my videos, why not subscribe to my channel? And as always, world peace. Bye, guys. Oh snap, I can't even block out the screen because the lens so wide. That's that 14mm for you.